And hello there, everybody. Welcome to a Link to the Past Randomizer daily race. This is our Monday race at 9 p.m. This is a Beatable 7-7 defeat Ganon. Now, this is a fun mode, and to talk to you here about it, we've got Mr. Scruff Ninja Tutor. I am Dazed Cloud. Mr. Scruff, would you please explain to our illustrious viewers what they are about to see?
Oh, yes, indeed, Days. Beatable is a wonderful mode where instead of, having 100% accessibility to every item in your inventory, the game basically thinks that you don't need certain items to complete the game, So, hey, if there are, Pendant Swamp, Pendant Ice Palace, and it decides, you don't need flippers, you're not going to find them. Ever. You can't. But you can sure as heck beat the game.
You're going to get at least the bare minimum. That's the key to this, though. So I was kind of teasing the runners over in the SRL chat there a little bit ago that, there is a decent chance that you guys could end up with a good old Master Sword Silverless seed or something like that, which is something that could totally happen in this.
Oh yes. You see, I was kind of being silly there about the flipper scenario, but that can possibly happen if the seed decides to go ahead and give us pendant dungeons and say, hey, you don't need access to those areas. They may very well also put some swords and our second progressive bow behind it.
Right. I mean, the game is only asking whether or not you can beat it. That's the only thing that it cares about today. It doesn't care how difficult it is for you. It doesn't care how many times you're going to die. It only cares that I've given you at least 2 swords and a lamp. Good luck, my friend.
It's like we're playing Little Orphan Annie, and we're being kicked around. Everyone's like, you can do it. We're like, no.
We'll have to see. It looks like the race should have gotten underway here. Just a second. We're just waiting for the stream to catch up with it. And there they go, it looks like. We got Old Man Sunshine there having to restart his game. That's a good
False
start.
Let's try it again. There we go.
All right. So, looks like Koi down in the bottom there. He's looking to start with the Uncle start there. Picked up a piece of heart. Duke Firebird and Old Man Sunshine are up there in Sanctuary, just picking up the key to the sewers.
Yep. And I believe that was, what was that, a 5-6 over in Eastern, or was that Tower of Hera?
I didn't catch it there. I'll let chat fill us in. There are one of our 2 trackers today who are helping out with this. That bomb pull off the trees there is kind of nice.
There it was on the replay. We've actually got the 5-6 in both Eastern and Desert, and a normal on Tower of Hera. So 3 crystals in the light world. That is, I really was kidding about the flipper thing, but we may very well see that.
That's just fantastic for our runners right now. Congratulations, all 3 of the easy crystals are here. This could get really fun for you. Koi's going to show us a bomb escape here using the 4 tree pulls there. He was able to pick up the tree pulls twice in a row, and he's going to run straight to the back of escape and knock out a whole bunch of stuff immediately.
I commend him for that. Bomb escape is my least favorite.
There's a way that it's supposed to work, but it doesn't often do exactly what you want.
Especially if you try to make it look really nice. Like, all right, see the setup that Koi did? Normally, you'd be able to hit that spot on, but then it just wants to be a jerk.
And this is it being a jerk right now, and he's having to run around and. Yeah, he finally gets it down there, picks up a small heart piece for his trouble, and gets to continue on with 4 bombs, which should be enough. That bush crab is giving us big 20s, it looks like, so
yeah,
that's pretty good.
This game's been nice so far, giving us the bomb tree pull and the 20 rupee Mr. Krabs. This is gonna be good.
All right, just a moment as we get everybody's stream all synced up here. The looks like that Lost Woods drop didn't have much of anything there, just 20 rupees. As we're waiting to get everybody on the same page so we can get this going.
I mean, it makes sense that a thief is hoarding cash, you know.
What else would he have? I mean, in this game,
Right?
I mean, wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
It turns out he's hoarding bugs.
He's a bug collector this entire time. Oh, Koi is just not having it down there right now with the bomb escape. He's got to get this one bomb to have a chance at this next room.
Ooh, and with the map, it's not going to give him anything. No save ups here, so he's got to be careful.
All right, looks like he's all right, though.
Ooh, over on Duke Firebird's side, we found the Bloomerang and the Merle. Ooh, that's going to be good.
That's one of the items that we need to get into the Dark World with. And there's 10 bombs just sitting in the back of the tavern right now. So if you came the south route today, you have been rewarded handsomely.
Let's see if Koi has any luck with this section. Not gonna risk it. Doesn't want to try and set up the Death Warp. He's just gonna go ahead and take those pots and get his chest here. Which I don't blame him.
Not at all there. You don't want to get all the way down there just to find nothing. And it looks like there was a bow hiding in the back of the chicken house.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, so let's go to Eastern, right? Oops. Was that ice rod or fire rod there in the well? It was hard to see.
Oh yeah, the small resolution, it's all kind of blurry. Chat is saying fire rod, so that is going to be awesome. Fire source this early? Beautiful.
And that's one of these things where the beatable logic kind of comes into handy here. Well, actually, this is just V31 logic. That when you have the fire rod, you can go to the back of Eastern Palace there. As Duke shows up, a pretty good chicken clip. Didn't get it all the way through, but, you know, far enough. You can use that fire rod to light the torches in the back of Eastern Palace and get to the boss without really any issue right there.
Oh, yeah, we got some debate going on. Was that the ice rod or the fire rod? As soon as we get an item menu check, we should find out.
Right. So, people are saying ice rod. We have a debate happening in chat right now, and I'm still waiting to see somebody with a little bit clearer stream.
Feel like that old man just hunched over his newspaper trying to adjust his bifocals.
I mean, how did you see inside my house? And all right, yeah, okay. So from Professor Renderer's side, we're getting an ice rod as what we're looking at right now. So turns out Eastern Palace is not quite completable yet, but I'd be surprised if any of these runners really have too much of a trouble going through the dark rooms there in Eastern Palace.
Yeah, a lot of these guys here have no problem with dark rooms, and Eastern is one of the easier ones. I mean, yeah, that first Igor in the room there can be a kind of a pain in the rear, but it's doable.
And those little tentacle bags or popos or whatever they're called there, sometimes they can get in the way of your arrow shots, which can cause some problems there. But yeah, it's not too bad.
I like Tentacle Bag. I like that name.
Tentacle Bag? Yeah. I got some good names for some of these guys, honestly.
Ooh.
Glove sitting there in the dam there on Duke Firebird's screen. So, you know, that's one more piece to Dark World access.
Heck yeah. Just kill off that Aga possibility.
That's one thing that we don't particularly... Aga is not something that's usually fun to watch, just because it's all the same. It's 3 to 4 minutes of just going up the tower without really any change. I mean, everybody's seen it 500 times. Let's not see that today.
Oh yeah, I agree. Just as an evil person, I really want these people to suffer.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, and looking that on Koi's screen, that was 100% the ice rod there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's alright. If we actually need to get into Turtle Rock, if it's a crystal, we don't have to worry about it.
That's one thing with the beatable logic. An ice rod could mean that something is there for our runners to go get.
Now we've got our first check into Mini Moldorm Cave. With the Quack Medallion. Big old heart container. Bee in a bottle. So back to Kakariko we go. So refill the bombs. And our LARP!
No. Not today, please. Not today.
That's one.
Yeah.
It's alright. We
Interesting.
still need 2 swords or a cape.
Yeah, I mean, that lamp will 100% give you Eastern Palace play here. I'm a little surprised that Duke didn't go the rest of the way out to the Ice Rod Cave there, just because that's not a fun place to orphan. It's a long walk back, and when you're doing Mini Moldorm Cave, there's a reason why most people route that in at the same time, just because it's not easy to get back to. If you can find the flute, great, but there's no guarantee you're going to find the flute.
Exactly. That's why I like to go ahead and try and route that in if I... Oh no, Turtle Rock is a green pendant. Oh
I
boy.
saw that as well.
Oh, Exceed, why? Why must you make this wonderful for me?
I know what you're thinking, but get that out of your head right now.
He really needs that pendant back, man.
Oh, yeah, there's so many terrible choices that arise from that, and I don't think we want to see. I don't want to see this. I'm gonna play the good commentator today. You can play the bad cop.
Okay. Now, back to like actual routing choices. I don't blame Duke for this one. The fact that he doesn't have enough money to make Zora a thing, it's a good choice. Because realistically, you can go there now with a glove, but if you don't have the money, then there's no reason to go there. Even if logic is saying, hey, go talk to the big fish. You can't do it.
That's very true, but there is one thing that I would say right now. Like, Zora is in logic, which is kind of a big deal here with this being beatable logic and such like that. But Professor Renderer right now is fake flippering, and we don't have anything. Okay, never mind. We have Boots over on the other screen, so that's fun.
Oh, I hope that flippers are not going to be in the seed. I want them to have that knowledge that Boots are right there, but forever out of reach. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing to see. But if flippers aren't actually required, everything that Professor Renderer is doing right now is unnecessary.
Yeah. See, this is kind of the fun part when it comes to the beatable modes, is that going off script, so to speak, going out of sequence, doesn't nearly pay off as much because you really don't know if the sequence you're breaking is actually going to pay off, if it's actually locked behind some hard glitch to get to.
Yeah, and there they are for everybody who saw who didn't see them the first time. There, Professor Renderer swims by and goes, "Oh, those I want those. Can't I climb out?" And no sir, you cannot.
Poor Professor, always left wanting.
All right, Duke.
Ooh. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying Duke is making his way to the back of Eastern Palace right now, setting up the. Having a little quick trouble there getting the getting our friend the Igor dead, but picks up his key and he's going to make his way back. Somebody is screaming hookshot?
Yep, Koi found the hookshot in the back of Escape.
Ooh, well, that's a good thing to have.
Yep, that's 100% in logic and really, really good for us because guess what is accessible with that wonderful glove and the alarm?
So we have a glove, lamp, and a hook shot there. If I've done this before, I believe that puts Death Mountain pretty much 100% in logic, outside of Hera.
Mm-hmm. So we've got ourselves Old Man, we've got the inside Spec Rock, we've got like the 8 items over on the right side, plus the 9 that we can see on Floating Island. There's a buttload of stuff we can get to.
That's a bit of a spicy meatball right there. Yeah, I think we should head that way here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
And nice quick kill over there on Duke's side. So he's going to pick up his first crystal there. So that's 1 of 7 that we need to get. And looks like most other runners are headed that way. Old Man probably will be heading that way pretty soon.
Unfortunately, with the item count, he took a gamble thinking, yeah, the last item could be on Armos, but sadly it was the map, so he is orphaning that last item in the Vanilla Bead key chest. Let's hope it's not something necessary.
That's a play that I've been seeing more and more lately from a lot of people, where you just... Even if you have the lamp, a lot of times you just gamble that 50-50 is not going to go the other way. And man, I wholeheartedly disagree.
It's a tough one to make, honestly. I've done it multiple times where it's paid off, but I've been equally bitten by it just royally messing with me.
For those of you who have been keeping up with the latest tournament here, there was a race. Oh, I want to say it was P-Train and Jet, like game 1, where they that chest because they didn't have lamp. They figured, oh, there's nothing going to be in there. They ended up finding lamp not too much longer later. No, it was Jet and Ninban, sorry, but and turns out that, hey, guess where the pearl was hiding? Yeah, that was a fun one to watch there because you could just see all of them with the high pressure stakes there, just kind of going, I think I made a boo-boo.
The joys of games like those. Just beautiful.
Okay, and Old Man's going to go back to Dark Cross here. I
believe
don't remember seeing...
I think there is an item there, I want to say.
There's an item there. I know we saw the map in the front of Escape here, and Dark Cross is... Oh, high sword.
Ooh. That's a good thing to find.
Yeah, so here's the question. Koi picked that up. Does Koi actually know he has a sword?
I hope so.
So that's one of the 2 mandatory swords that we need to pick up for this seed. I'm kind of waiting to see Koi use his sword button at some point and notice whether or not he has it.
Yeah, because he didn't do it with the lamp, so he's not entirely sure he's got it.
He's just walking around. He's using arrows. He's using hookshot. He's using everything except the swingy thing.
I'm waiting for that moment of sudden realization. Oh, there he goes.
Okay, no. Yeah, Dark Room, he's got it. Okay, yeah. I mean, Koi has played. Koi's experienced enough now to know that what items don't show up in the dark rooms when you open the chest there. And yeah, so he made that check pretty quickly, it looked like.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for Koi here, he's going to find the single most useless item. Well, one of them at least. Not really worth it, Duke made the right choice. It's the Arrow of Destiny. The
Oh,
specific
yay.
one with Ganon's name written on it.
It's kind of funny. It's the Arrow of Destiny, but you need 4 arrows to beat Ganon.
Right? It's like the developers didn't quite understand math.
Or the people who made these memes didn't quite understand how it works. One of these two.
Yeah, it's definitely the memers, for sure.
The old man gives the old man a single rupee. That sounds good. And Duke now has a frozen rat that he's dragging around to try to kill another rat with. This seems inefficient.
Yeah, it does. I'm wondering why.
Because you're on the restream?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, is it for hilarity's sake? Oh, that's why, because he accidentally froze the one. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, he got it. Hey, good job there, Duke.
Oh, good job. Oh, jeez. Oh, poor Duke. I was so thankful that wasn't a soft lock.
Especially because we know what the item is. Oh, all right. So he's going to be happy to see that he gets a sword out of this, and that he didn't accidentally lock himself out by showing off by freezing a rat. Old man's making his way. Now we're going to get a mini Moldorm cave check here. So, not mini. Sorry, try that again. Paradox cave. Check. There's 7 items back here on 2 different levels that don't really make any sense. And we're going to get a couple of items out of it, starting with a Master Sword and 50 rupees.
You know, that agate climb is looking tasty.
You be quiet, you. And going into this next room here, killing a couple of Moldorms and finding 5 rupees, 20 rupees, a red boomerang for fake flippering later.
It's a good boomerang.
And okay.
Ooh.
What do we have left?
Let's see. This would be Agina's Cave and Spiral Cave, and then everyone has to make the choice to walk that tower.
Blame you.
Idiom knew that I wanted to calm, and so he made it. He prayed to the Aryan gods and said, please bless us with this unholy agaseed.
Chat's bringing up a good point that we have forgotten as well, and this is something that I wonder if Koi's going to go and show us here. Nobody has been up to Zora yet, or at least had the money to pay Zora. So that's one more of these awful checks that are still available.
And don't take my joy away from me, chat, please. Please don't.
Take his joy away from him, chat, please. Alright, Spiral Cave. We're going to get a check here from Old Man. He's going to show us bombs.
Just some booms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and it looks like someone already did check again. Koi's... Oh, that explains why Koi has so much dang money. The old man was stinking rich.
And that, to be fair, that is an excellent place to hide 300 rupees. Because nobody goes there.
Alright, so yeah, it's gotta be up to Zora here. The big fish is gonna have to make us happy.
Yeah, and Koi saved and quit out of Ice Rod Cave, so we're not gonna get to check it that way. So guys, go and yeah, at this point, if it's me, there's a very good chance I just rush them. I rush the tower at this point.
Oh yeah, one item in my eyes is not worth it. I would go ahead and just take the plunge. I mean, we've got bow. Even if pod ends up being a pendant, we can basically clear everything except for the boss. That's a bumload of items. We can go ahead and check out Thieves Town. We can get, hopefully, at least one of the items in Skull Woods, if not both. There's a lot of stuff we could do if we just hop over and say hello to our good old friend Aga.
Yeah, it's not fun, but it is probably, it is starting to look like that might be what our next play is, as Professor Renderer just blew themselves up to get back to the start of Hyrule Castle so they can go and get their sword.
When in doubt, use bombs.
Doesn't work. Oh, you know what? Now I just thought of another thing that I don't believe has check. As when I saw the inside of Spectacle Rock, there had a bottle. Sick Kid.
Oh yeah. No one's gone back to Kakariko.
Oh, it's
Okay,
that fun open mode where you're down to guessing where your last item is gonna be.
Oh boy. I'm hoping that just for comedic sake, it's like the mirror that leads us to Tower of Hera, which then gives us the book, which leads us to Desert, which then gives us another fetch quest, which just royally messes with everyone just to give them a single rupee.
Well, we've seen one of the single rupees already, so you're banking on that kind of early.
I just love to see that kind of silliness so early in a seed. Because when it's late, it's like, yeah, I can't appreciate this. I have to go through all this nonsense, and I'm already behind. When you get it super early, you just sit there and laugh and be like, you know what? I thought I was making a Galaxy Brain play, but nope. I just hope that everyone else did the same.
Yeah. That's one of those things where early it's funny, late it's funny, mid game not so funny.
Exactly. Mid game it's just
sorry, bud.
It's soul crushing mid game because you don't know if others have done it. You don't know if you're so far behind that it's not even worth playing anymore. It's just like, oh.
Mid game it's just terrible because you got so many other things that you want to go do. So like if you're getting stuck on a fetch quest chain at that point, you're hoping that it just kind of takes you over the path that you're going to go anyway. It almost never does. But yeah, not fun.
There you go, chat. You're doing me proud.
Answer to that question is always profit.
Exactly.
Well, okay, so I guess, doing a little bit of a dodge in there to find that. Well, first he's got to do the whole water walk sequence here to open these two chests, but then he's gonna make his way up to Zora, and we get to eliminate one of the four possibilities, or three or four possibilities that we have left.
I think just two at this point. Zora and Sick Kid? Question mark?
Yes. There's a couple of flags. You can't 100%.
Okay, I've never seen that version. When I hope Koi decides to do an interview, because that is awesome. What you saw out there was the wonderful splash deletion, where you can go ahead and fire off 3 arrows, lay 2 bombs, and it deletes enough of the memory that it basically prevents you from making a splash. I didn't realize you could do it in that particular setup. That's so cool!
There are so many different ways there, and I missed what Zora had there on Duke Firebart's side.
Lots and lots of love.
Just some love. I mean, great, but for 500 rupees, come on now.
That's an expensive date.
Yeah, and scales in your mouth. You don't want that.
Nah. I'm trying so hard to keep this PG.
Yeah, I might have pushed that there a little. Moving on, we're gonna get Duke is giving us a Sick Kid check really fast here. at this point, after Sick Kid, guess where you get to go, guys? And you don't want to, but you're probably going to allow. Yep.
Yep.
You're going up the tower there.
You thought this was an entertaining seed, but no. I'm not gonna finish that meme. I'll save the audience some misery. Oh, that's right. I hope. Okay, I don't think Duke is gonna do that because, as chat points out, Duke does have another item he can go check, and that's the chest in Eastern that he orphaned. But I doubt that he's gonna go back. With that kind of gamble, it's the I've already made that decision. It's now dead to me.
Oh, but Old Man Sunshine just made that decision just even faster here, and he's beating Duke into the tower there with his tempered sword plus what is that, 6 hearts? I mean, he's skipping some things here, but yeah, so we're gonna have everybody in the exact same spot at the exact same time,
which is to be expected with such awesome runners. So feel free to go ahead and stop by their channels, give them a follow, enjoy some more of their awesome content. For they are doing this for free, and just for our entertainment. They are awesome runners. Mr. Old Man Sunshine, Duke Firebird, Professor Render, and Toy.
Unfortunately, it looks like the bot does not want to give you the easy links to them, but I'm pretty sure if you just type any of their names into into the search bar up there, you'll find their streams there. Oh, good. The commentary stream works. Everybody knows who we are.
Heck yeah. So give us a follow. No, don't. We really don't need it.
We're all
Maybe
right.
Dazed, but I don't. I'm not entertaining enough for that.
I'm all right. Yeah.
Oh, joking aside, though, go ahead and give a little round of applause to our wonderful trackers there. We've got Dark Diplomat and D2 Camps decided to go ahead and do the difficult thing in tonight's race of keeping track where everyone's going, so we don't have to.
That is it's not a job for people who get distracted.
Oh, look, a chicken.
Squirrel. To bring this back here to what we're doing here. So everybody, if you're just tuning in, you're watching 4 guys climb Aga Tower because unfortunately it turns out that this is our access into Dark World today. You're also watching a 7-7 beatable defeat Ganon. Now, beatable is a mode that means you're going to get the items that you need to complete the game. And
nothing more.
Nothing too luxurious here. Now, I say that seeing that all 4 of our runners have the tempered sword, so they already have a little bit of an easier time than they could have. But yeah, beatable is you're gonna get only what you're gonna get, and I'm actually very excited to see how many where exactly our pendants are as soon as we finish up this Aga fight here.
Oh, heck yeah. We already know that Turtle Rock is one of them, but the other 2, any type of combination could make it super interesting. And just to kind of put it in perspective, for beatable, we mean literally if the game doesn't want you to have the cape, if it's saying you don't need the cape to beat it, it's going to plant itself on Bumper Ledge. So you won't be able to get it unless you decide to do some super major glitches.
Alright, looking like it's a pretty friendly Aga fight there. Not seeing too many blue balls, and I say that and immediately get a blue ball. And another.
Commentary curse. It's the curse of commentary.
Alright, it looks like Duke Firebird is going to be the first one out of this fight here, with Old Man Sunshine hot on his heels there for maybe 5 seconds behind him. And quick check, we've got Pod and Skull Woods as our other pendants today here. So
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means Fire Rod may not be accessible. Yee!
Oh, fun.
Now, sadly, Pod is pretty basic. Yeah, Hammer is one of the only things that's going to prevent that, but you kind of need Hammer to beat almost everything else. So, yeah, we're going to see the Hammer today. But that Fire Rod, probably not going to see that if the game wants to be all weird for us today.
The game being weird is kind of its MO in this mode. So
Very true.
yeah, we might be seeing that pretty quick here, as looks like both Old Man Sunshine and Duke Firebird are deciding that, yes, I want to go to Pendant Pod immediately. Kind of curious to see if either Professor Runder or Koi make a different decision here, because with that hook shot, and they could easily just hook shot across over to the other side of the river here. It looks like Professor Renderer is going to give us that.
Now, I'm kind of torn in the choices on this one, because, yeah, Pendant Pod, it's not going to be fun. 5 items, not even a green pendant, so unless we find the hammer here and, you know, this happens to be a ped seed, there's really no point in being here.
This is an awkward decision to have to make. Is, do I want to go to dungeons that I know I can complete, i.e. Thieves Town, or do I come into Pendant Pod and hope for the best?
Yeah. I mean, it could be like today's earlier seed where Pendant Pod had Fire Rod, Flute, and whatever crucial item it was that I'm forgetting at the moment. But it could be good.
Oh, good. Catfish has butter.
Buttered catfish.
Yeah, I was about to say that. What is a catfish doing with butter? Is he trying to... There's just horrible thoughts coming there.
The poor thing is just super lonely and depressed. And he's like, maybe if I just butter myself up, I'll get some attention.
It looks like Duke Firebird there is setting himself up for a death warp. They're taking a few extra hits off of those spikes because we don't have a mirror, so we don't have hammer yet. So there's a good chance you're going to have to go back the hard way.
Yeah. Soon, TM.
Oh, and yeah, by the way, you picked up that fairy a little while ago. You're going to have to death warp again.
Whoops!
All right, raise your hand if you've done that. My hand is raised.
I have no hands.
Well, there you go.
I play with my feet.
I need camera footage of that.
You really don't. I've got Sasquatch feet. No one wants to see that.
Okay, moving on. And Old Man Sunshine taking his death warp, and an actual death warp, to get all the way back to the front of Pod with 2 keys and the rest of the dungeon available to him.
Now let's see. We've found what, 2 items so far?
We've found a cape and the map.
Oh no, that was the map. Yeah. Okay, so we got 4 more items here. Let's just hope that Helmosaur is hiding the compass.
That would be nice for these runners for sure, because we got Mitts hiding over in Skull Woods, so you know that might be the direction you wanted to go.
Oh heck yeah, that could be real good for Professor. And since, yeah,
sorry,
was that the second item? Yeah, that was the 20 rupees. So Skull Woods is done. We don't have to worry about this any further.
And Professor Runder is just making a beeline for that exit. He's out of there, and he's got other places to go and other things to do, and he's got actual Dark World access that is not required to walk up to the tower anymore.
That is nice. That is nice. Not only does that open up a lot more for East Death Mountain, Dark World Death Mountain. That also makes it a whole heck of a lot easier if he is to find the flute, because you can go check a whole lot more with those Titan Smiths.
And that flute is going to show up at some point in this seed, as Red Cane is in the sea house, and Pod is coming up just
Empty
bupkis
and
right
depressing.
now.
Curse you, Pod! Yep.
Sorry, boys, your items are in a different dungeon.
Mwah, mwah.
Well, now comes one of the most fun decisions in Rando, is you're in Thieves Town. You've got myths. You don't have hammer.
What do you do?
Do you go... Yeah, do you go all the way to the back? Or do you decide, you know what, I'm only going to take the first 4?
God, let's hope the mirror is in the big chest again.
It looks like we've got 2 items in the first 2 chests here in Thieves Town, so this is a pretty generous start there.
Did you happen to catch that seed, by the way, that ended up messing up practically everyone that ran it?
What time was that one at?
It was... Yeah, I just described every rando ever. It was Hammer in Mimic Cave. Everyone decided to dip Thieves Town. There is an item left in the big chest, but everyone orphaned it. That item was the mirror.
Wait, Hammer in Mimic Cave?
Or, sorry, not Mimic Cave, Pipe Cave. I'm confusing myself. The silly cave that nobody likes.
Right. I was about to say, I was like, if it's in Mimic Cave, I'm like, what are we playing, Entrance?
Rips.
Alright, so Professor Renderer's decision there was to take the first 4 and run away. What's your feeling on finishing Thieves Town versus leaving?
Truthfully, I would go ahead and finish it, just because this is a beatable seed. The chances of it actually having something useful down in the big chest are very, very slim. But I also believe that Professor was part of that terrible seed that I had mentioned earlier, so those wounds may still be lingering.
Yeah, that could possibly be, as it looks like Old Man has picked up his mitts and took a pretty sure unintentional death there. As Professor Renderer went down to check the brewery and then decided, you know what? Yeah, actually, let's go beat the darn dungeon.
That's a good thing. That's kind of the one thing you always want to do when coming to the Village of Outcast anyway. You check the C-shaped house, you check the chess game, you check the brewery. Because if any of those have the hammer, and then you finish Thieves Town, then find the hammer afterwards, it just kind of feels silly.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than walking out of there and going, oh, the hammer was next door? Oh, I hope I didn't leave something.
That's a big old whoops.
You can just hear the sad trombone right there playing in your head. That Hellway took a bite out of their Professor Renderer here. Now, I'm about to see over on Duke's screen. He's got that cape. And we're going to get a quick look at bombs up on Bumper Ledge. So, yeah, Pod was a complete waste of time for these runners, unfortunately.
Yep, nothing good. I mean, cape does help. Ooh, mirror. So, don't have to worry about that being in the big chest. Cape will help them if they need to go ahead and go into blind with very low health. It's always a good safety. These guys know the script by heart. Or at least, I'm assuming they do. So that shouldn't be a problem. But you know what? You never want to go into a fight that low and accidentally mess up and just be like, whoopsie.
Yeah, I mean, blind, as has been said by every other commentator who has ever done this, is a scripted fight. So if you know the script, you're generally going to get through it without any problem. Now, occasionally, and when bad things happen, that's when mistakes get made. Blind gets a little bit off
Evil.
script, and you're having to scramble. And especially with green mail, things can get hairy pretty quickly.
Which is why I try to avoid inverted like the plague.
To be honest, if you ever want to learn how to do low hearts blind fights, you play some inverted, and you'll understand that really quick. And Professor Renderer just got the good news that, yep, you don't need the hammer to beat thieves down today. So,
yay!
time to go.
That wonderful key placement. I gotta give props to the devs for being able to put this in here. They made it so any way you decide to use small keys in any shape or form of logic, they make it so you don't soft lock. So if you want to be a dingus and go use some random key in some lunatic way, you can, but it won't make you soft lock. So good on you, devs.
Yeah, definitely good on them. Now we've got a fight here. Ooh, he's down to 2 hearts, down to a single heart, and pulls it through. So good on Professor Renderer there. Is going to pick up their second crystal, I believe.
Watch out!
And here is something that we might need to mention at this point. If I'm not mistaken, that mirror was found in the attic, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that key logic does account for is you using your keys like as you put it, a dingus.
Yeah.
So there is a small key in the big chest, which means that mirror is actually hammerlocked.
Ooh. I like it.
Yeah, so we're not going to be finding the hammer behind the mirror. Now, that opens up a lot of other options to you, but you're not going to find it behind the mirror.
So, sadly, we're not going to be finding our wonderful, wonderful hammer in the first chest of swamp.
I think Professor Renderer is writing something to us. Was that supposed to be high?
No, it's E.
Backwards high?
Maybe if we look at it sideways.
I'm just gonna stand on my head for a minute there.
Hey, it's alright, we'll figure it out.
Something is going there. Well, all right, and with that mirror and your mitts, it is a good time to go ahead and pick up your froggy friend here, and you have the mirror. Professor, you have the mirror.
Professor, you're going the wrong way. Jeremiah doesn't need the trip.
You're going to realize this is a bad idea in about 10 seconds.
He really just wants to show Jeremiah around. He's been stuck for so long, he needs to get out and about. Walk the legs,
It makes sense, I guess, I mean, being stuck as a frog for all that time's probably got to be pretty annoying.
Right?
And still refusing to go turn him in right now.
Jeremiah is his special friend. Oh look, it's the Cane of Brian. Which is now going to be called the Cane of Stumpy for today.
There we go. Sounds pretty good. His old man is into his blind fight and has unfortunately gotten off script there, it looks like. So he's going to be dealing with all sorts of fun stuff. It's a laser to the face, a head to the face, and gets him down.
Yeah, he got it. I, for one, do not like taking head to the face. That's just uncomfortable.
Yes. Headbutts are not your friend.
Pizza joke. That's too cheesy.
You blind?
Here we go. Everyone's favorite Hypergripe Cave. We got silvers.
Excuse me, game. This is beatable. What is this Master Sword and Silvers junk here? Come on, get...
Right?
Can we have a word, please?
You go and make Ganon easy and then make us literate? What is this?
I know you're in chat there. We're gonna have words after this. Oh, Professor Renderer is just taking our good Froggy friend on just an epic tour right now.
I got it. He's cutting out the middleman. He doesn't want to deliver the frog. He's gonna deliver the frog directly to Gary and get both items.
Wow, that would work. We could be seeing a new glitch as Koi unfortunately gets fireballed to the face. Luckily had a fairy, so back on his feet pretty quickly. And there's Bombo's tablet has flippers. Wow, you really should have turned into that smith earlier, because you could just go directly into swamp right now if you did that.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because, you know, no hammer, but still. Ooh, bolt coin.
You bring up a good point, and again, as I said earlier, we are mirror locked.
Oh, he's gonna go get the boots. I like Professor's routing. I think it's like this super weird on the fly, oh, I have ADHD, but this is paying off for me. Let's do it.
I mean, I'm finding everything. Let's just keep going with this. Why not?
Reminds me of that silly meme. Is like, we've clearly gone past the point of no return, but let's keep going and see where it takes us.
Definitely. Well, those boots are going to work out, so he can just go ahead and check anything here. Now, I'm kind of curious here, what is Old Man going to find in this purple chest right now? Because he's actually taking this with him, where Duke decided to do neither. So he's not taking the Old Man or the purple chest over. We've got all of the four runners are in various states of followers.
It's like various states of oddity.
Koi picked up his second crystal there from Thieves Town there, got that down. And Professor Render just now remembered that King's Tomb is a thing and is on his way over there.
Always a good thing.
Here's the big question. Where do you think Hammer is going to be?
Well, since we know it's not going to be mirror locked, we could be mean and like put it up on Dark Death Mountain. But I want him to be a little nice for these people. Ooh, flute. Okay, I'm gonna say it's in Misery Mire.
I'm gonna say it's either in Misery Mire or it's gonna be in Desert because of that book. One of those two is going to give us our hammer, I say, or we can be just ridiculously mean and find bombos somewhere and put it in Ice Palace for these guys. But that's your job to be mean. I'm being nice today.
Yes. Well, seeing as how we have a pendant Turtle Rock and pendant Skull Woods, we really don't need that fire rod, so bombos would be logical.
I'm half expecting to see bombos today. Like that's going to be the seed's one issue. You know, we're going to give you Butter Sword, we're going to give you silvers, and we're going to make you feel really good about that. But you're not going to get Fire Rod, so you're going to have to go up GT without and do those top rooms in the tower there without it.
Yeah, that can be kind of a pain. Now, the good news, though, is that if this does happen to be that kind of seed and Fire Rod is not accessible, that would also mean that right side GT would not be accessible. Well, past the tile room, of course. Because, yes, you can use the lamp and a bomb jump to light those and get to the compass room, but the game doesn't anticipate you to do that.
Yeah, beatable mode is definitely not the mode for sequence breaking here. And wait, you gotta go up the other one there. Professor Render is gonna give us a treat, it looks like right now.
Garsp. Food, glorious food. I mean, just checking.
Wait. Bombing it? Wait.
What? Wait. No! Professor, come back!
You tease!
Oh, okay, just couch cats. We're fine.
And Duke took the first chest of swamp bait there and just pulled a map out of it there, so that feels bad as well.
That was a perfect debated. Gotta give him props for that.
I will likely end up teasing him at the interview stage when we're mentioning that. So you know, you could have just mirrored up and taken Jeremiah up there, right, bud?
Exactly. Oh man, he's gonna feel so bad when he figures out that he orphaned the flute there.
And we have now released our good friend Mr. Duck, and we can now fly many, many places. So where to, old man?
To home, apparently.
Tired.
Dark World, maybe? Where is he going?
It's a good question here, but Professor Renderer is going to go ahead and walk into Desert and see if we've got something in here.
What's a bottle of red goo over there on the ledge, so we don't need to grab that, but that would be a good safety to have.
You're not gonna say no to that, that's for sure, as Koi picks up their silvers down there. He is gonna go for those boots, it looks like.
Hey, and this is speed running, not slow running or walking. We gotta go fast.
Alright, and yeah, it turns out boots were necessary to beat Desert here, because that's a key on the torch. So, in logic at least, you had to get boots today.
Ooh, sweet higgledy-piggledy.
An old man's going to use one of these lesser-known whirlpools to jump from the bottom right side of the screen of the map all the way up into the top left here. And this is a good way to be able to check a lot of these other areas. You get there quickly. Now he has the flute, so it doesn't necessarily need to do this, but it you know, a little bit of swag.
Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do.
Looks like we have not found a hammer here in Desert yet. So
Well, we got the one item. That was our bottled bee. Aw, just a blue rupee.
That's a funny looking hammer.
Right? I mean, anything could be a hammer if you just try hard enough.
Exactly. I mean, if it's a crystal, there's probably a good chance that it's not, you know, going to shatter. Oh no, that depends. What are rupees made of? This is one of these eternal questions that we don't actually know.
I'd like to think it's actually made out of rock candy.
Oh, the dentist bills.
That's the real reason why Link is so crazy for those rupees and breaking all those pots. It's because he's got a sweet tooth.
I see. Oh, and that was an incredibly quick check there of the medallion for Misery Mire. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Someone's saying Quake, but sure.
Yeah, we'll say it's Quake.
And that was a hammer.
It's the hammer.
So hammer is in Mire Shed today, which, yeah, that's a pretty common place for it to be in this case. So, what left do we need at this point?
Bombos, or Fire Red.
Yep, so we are one thing away right now.
Bombos. Medallion. Bombos. Kind of reminded me of that Final Fantasy VIII music there. I think anything, like if you say it in Latin, could sound ominous. It's just chant it. Someone go look up how to say potato platypus in Latin and chant it yourself, and it will sound ominous. I guarantee it.
I'm just thinking about that right now. I'm just thinking of every horror movie I've ever watched with some sort of like demonic possession in there. They could be like reciting a recipe.
Right? It's like they could just be talking about chocolate chip cookie dough, for all you know.
That's gonna make watching those movies from now on just like pretty much impossible for me to actually take seriously.
You're welcome.
Alright, this old man has now toured the desert a little bit and is gonna probably be making his way into Mire, I would assume. Nope, he's gonna go do desert first. Fair enough.
Oh, and yeah, Professor, that was a quick Landmo fight. He is currently in the lead with 3 of those crystals. Unfortunately, he still has that orphaned flute that he needs to pick up off of Gary's lunchbox. Gotta deliver that purple chest and get us that fluty toot toot.
Yeah, right now, but it's kind of, if you're gonna go for lead, I'd probably give this between Old Man, Sunshine, and Koi here, because they're sitting in a much prettier item situation than Professor Renderer is. Professor Renderer needs to remember that in that purple chest, that's something that's still available.
Oh yeah, he needs to make sure to go back to that, or else he's gonna be having a bad time.
The Duke over on the other side there, he is running back to Kakariko right now to go and activate that flute so he can get into pretty much a similar position as the others. Oh, that's an unfortunate one for Professor there. He's going to be going independent pod. That's not where you're going to be finding things unless you want to go all the way to Helmasaur.
Oh no. I believe there was an item? No, there wasn't. I think Helma has the compass. No, wait. Does he? I can't remember now.
I wasn't paying close enough attention to there. And yeah, and that's bringing up a good point there. A hammer is one of those things that you need for pod.
And semantics. Professor Renderer is a strong, independent player. He don't need no hammer.
It's probably a bad time to bring up some of those things that the Racing Council is deciding on. There is theoretically a way to get past the hammer requirement for pod, but yeah, that's let's just call that not street legal at the moment.
Yeah, we gotta be nice. Play the nice NMG style.
I appreciate, because I am unable to do some of those new fancy glitches, and I don't want to learn. I'm stuck in my ways.
Same here. It's just that it's not that I don't want to learn, it's just I can't. I have tried. I mean, I can't even do the hammer yump well. So I'll go ahead and stick with just my basic stuff.
A hammer yump takes a little bit of effort to learn, yeah, but yeah, it's some of the newer stuff I'm just going, come on, that just looks silly. As Koi takes down. Wow, we've got Koi and Old Man Sunshine lifting up maps at the same time and getting their 3rd crystals at the same time. Nice job there.
Very nice. And I also want to applaud chat for taking that and running with it. I see so much discussion about the plural of platypus and the Greek origins of it.
Chat is an educated bunch.
Yes, indeed.
And Duke's going to be nice enough. He's the first one into Misery Mire today. He came into Misery Mire, but he didn't stop outside, apparently, to grab his hammer, it looks like.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that'll be a quick check on the outside, hopefully.
And, you know, Misery Mire is necessary. It's something that he can do. So, quick in and out, and we'll be right as rain.
The people what we want. We got a bird toss over there.
Bird toss! Man, all these restreamers know how to please the crowd. You gotta give them props. You know how you can give them props? By following their channels. Click those links, give them a follow, enjoy their content. Oh,
As
don't.
you still need things. And Misery Mire is a God Mire.
Of course. I mean, yeah, it's Misery Mire.
And both Duke and Koi there are making the decision that, you know what, I'm one item away from go mode. I'm just going to go directly to the boss and see if Vitreous has what I need. This is the smart decision to make here. Now, it looks like Koi is setting up spooky action here. Now, I'm not 100% sure. It looked like he kicked up the dust before he set it up. And nope, he did not. Okay, never mind. And what? Spooky action without fire rod. Come on, Matt. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
There was an attempt.
Yep. All right, so on the professor's screen over there, he's noping out of pod, and Duke is about to go into a nice Silver's Vitreous fight. So, taking a bit of a hug from an eyeball there. Doesn't seem to matter. 2 more silver arrows into Vitreous, and he is fireworks. That would be crystal number 3 for him, and this is going to be crystal number 4 for Koi in about 2 seconds here, as that jumps on down here.
Woofa. Not sure that was an intentional death on Professor's side, but that's okay. We'll just play it like it was.
Yeah, you don't usually want to take an overworld death like that. That's, yeah, that probably wasn't intentional. Meant to do that, always. Old man using his silvers. There's a reason why silvers and Buttersword are locked behind Vitreous in the vanilla game, because it makes the fight absolutely trivial.
Now, this is interesting. Koi decided not to, but Duke decided to go back in to fish around for that last item.
This is an interesting thing that we have here, because there is still 1 item left in there. Now, on Koi's side, it's completely understandable, because, yeah, there's 1 item in Misery Mire, but he's going into Swamp, where there's a grand total of 6 items. So, I mean, you can do the math there. I mean, 1 is considerably less than 6.
And if the American Education School Board has not failed me, 6 is indeed larger than 1.
Yes? And poor Duke is just finding all of the keys to Misery Mire, but not actually finding the stuff that he needs. Oh, we know that right now the first chest of Swamp is not necessary. It is just your map.
I mean, what if he gets lost? He may need to know where he's going.
Koi decided not to even open that. Does Koi think he's in go mode?
I hope I didn't see him pick up Bombos.
Koi, you want to go to your menu real fast here? You might have made a mistake.
Maybe he thinks that if he like dashes quick enough, he'll kick up enough flame from his boots to melt Cold Stare.
Could be it. Yeah, Koi is go moding this. He sees something that we didn't.
Yeah, that's it. He's gonna use the lamp. He's gonna go ahead and just melt everything with the lamp.
I think if you throw the lamp at Cold Stare, it works as a Molotov cocktail, right? As Super Bunny's got a mushroom up there, and he's got a blue mail. So looks like people will be picking that up on their way up to Ganon, likely. At least.
Ooh, yes. We're about to see what Turtle Rock's medallion is here. Ooh, it's Bombos. So hey, we're kosher. Bombos will not be inside Turtle Rock.
It's kind of a good thing right there. Now, if you're on Professor Renderer's side, you really don't want to see Bombos right now, because that'll pull you into Turtle Rock.
Oh god, no. Please, please. RNGesus. Be kind.
Just a heartbeat, just a heart. Powder.
Whew. Alright,
Okay.
so he did get 2 fetch quests, so we're not out of the woods yet.
Alright, so how many rage slashes is Koi going to give when he runs over to Ice Palace to find out that he can't get in there?
Let's see. Oh, we're getting our first Tower of Hera entry, too. Gotta check the ether tab first, though. What does the heavens give us? Pointy sticks!
Good old pointy sticks.
I, for one, thank our cloudy overlords.
Koi's gonna flute away. He's kind of got my attention here. Alright, so oh no, okay. This is gonna go poorly.
Well, I mean, he's not going to go far. He's going to very, very, very quickly realize he can't do anything.
Whether or not he goes back into swamp is the question.
Wait for
it. That's realization.
Yep. Can't quite do anything as of yet, so back into swamp we go.
Have made a mistake.
I immediately regret my decision. And real quick, fantastic setup on Professor Renderer's side with that Herapod. Does it beautifully well. So far... Oh, okay, yeah, that's both our items. So Hera is nothing.
That's not it either, then.
We do have Pyramid Fairy in... Oops.
That you went down the hole there, bud. Sorry.
Try again.
I feel it's fair to call out stuff like that because of the number of times I've done a similar thing on stream.
Right. I cannot tell you how many times I've fallen to the silliest of tricks. I mean, just trying to dash by that bumper, I've done it like 4 or 5 times in a row. Not being smart and being like, oh, I'm just gonna go around the bumper. Nope.
Being stubborn pays off, honestly.
It does. If not for entertainment value, but in some way it will.
It's practice. That's what it is here. Okay, so there's a small key in the basement of Hera there. So you said both items had been found, huh?
Maybe? Okay, it might be that he didn't have a big key then. Yeah, never mind. The big key is in the basement and the last item's on the big chest, so... Whoopsie!
Toys using their setup for the Hera pot there. Got it down and is in.
Oh, poor old man Sunshine never found butter. That poor catfish is waiting and wanting.
To be honest,
down goes Targus.
Yep, and to be honest, the difference between butter and others is not really that big a deal there. So, Mr. Old Man Sunshine is picking up there. That would be crystal number 5 for him. We're still missing a bit of a fire rod, and we're still missing or a bombos right now. So our options are starting to get kind of limited.
And please, Mr. Old Man Sunshine is his father.
That is the key there. Oh no! Renderer, you left too soon, sir.
No, come back! Oh,
That one doesn't feel good.
I hope the big chest doesn't have anything. I really do. I hope it's not bombos the fire rod.
Oh, that's... so what he left behind there is he accidentally mirrored before he... opened the big chest there. Yeah. So that's unfortunate because that means that he's now gonna have to do it again if turns out there's something in the Tower of Hera big chest. So that one doesn't feel good.
That's a big old oopsie.
And Duca seemingly fell down in a corner to get to the front of swamp again, so he's going to be running back to check left side, it looks like, but looks like Old Man Sunshine's going to beat him to it here.
Now, looks like Professor is... I think he's going to go ahead and go get his purple chest, assumingly, and hopefully check the magic powder.
Fair, he is, he's pretty much out of things to do.
Yep.
First is gonna run all around the streets of the village of Outcasts there.
Gotta get those miles in, man. That Fitbit doesn't walk itself.
And Old Man Sunshine picks up the big key to Swamp Palace in the left side there, and there is one more item in the big chest, so you get to walk back to check.
Oh no, he didn't grab the chest first! Professor, why? Why, Professor? Yes, you've got the magic powder. It's good. It's alright.
Okay, so which one of these guys has the item? It's not in Swamp.
Is it magic bat? Nope. It's just tunic. Is it spike cave? Nope. Alright,
God,
so...
it's on Helmasaur.
Oh, God.
Is it on Helmasaur?
Oh god, that'd be great. We still have Pyramid Fairy. We still have Mushroom Turn-In.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we're not necessarily there. It could be in Hera's big chest as well, which would make Professor Renderer probably throw his game out of the window.
Oh, that would be funny.
I mean, I will say this again. We're kind of saying all of the bad options that these runners could have to deal with, but again, these guys are putting themselves out there for us today to give us an enjoyable show here. So if you can give them also maybe a follow as well, just to say hi, show a little appreciation for them. All right, and we're gonna get that Pyramid Fairy check now in just a second. Or opens a chest, finds a piece of heart, and 20 rupees. Not here either.
Oh boy. Alright, so we've got ourselves Mushroom Turn-In, Tower of Hera Big Chest, and Helmasaur. This is
Graveyard Ledge?
oh yeah, that's right. We haven't been to Graveyard Ledge yet.
Thank you, chat.
And this is our first look at... Nope, never mind. There's $20. Have we been to Graveyard Ledge?
Be honest,
our wonderful
there's
trackers are saying yes.
Be honest, there's 4 people running right now. It's quite difficult to keep track of everything. So yeah, thank you to our trackers for actually doing the work and letting us just crack jokes the entire time.
Commentary for life.
All right, old man picks up some butter and can have buttered catfish if he wants.
Delicious.
Koi is picking up their red mail, and we are running out of things to do. So, who wants to do something terrible, guys?
Yeah, I think Chad is right there. I think it's going to be either Helmasaur or Big Chest and Hera.
Both of those are terrible, terrible options.
Yeah, they are.
Alright, one silver arrow makes Argus explode into pretty colors and get 20 rupees out of it. And more importantly, the 5th crystal for Duke over there. Koi is dashing very fast into I don't know, Proto Deku Baba, whatever that thing is.
I'd like to think of them as sentient radishes.
And Professor Renderer is just not having a great time there. He walked over 1 second too early and re-grabbed his super bomb.
And he'll be rewarded with money and a heart piece.
It's the health refill, so don't save and quit.
Whoops!
Oh, you're going to be right back up on top of the pyramid now. This is one thing that it is difficult to remember a lot of the time is after you've killed Aga and you have the mirror, if you save and quit, you will end up back on top of the pyramid. Now, at times that can be useful depending on the mode. Other times, not so much.
Yeah, most of the time it's just a pain in the patootie. You try and be quick about it, and it's like, oh, right, I can't do this anymore.
Right. Like, you go to, like, save and quit out of a dungeon and just realize, oh, yeah, that's not good. Ooh, people are continuing to bring up things that we had not thought about. Hammer Pegs has something we've not done yet.
Nope, Koi actually did that too. It was $20.
Okay, Koi has done that as well.
Koi is just on top of everything for us.
Old Man Sunshine doing us a favor here and is probably going to open up the big key chest down here, get his big key, and likely show us what is in the Hera big chest here. Duke, on the other side, is going to run back to Helmasaur, so we're going to get our information really fast.
Oh, I'm hoping it's Helmasaur. I want Duke to find it, just because I feel that Duke has gone through so much more nonsense. I mean, they've all gone through an equally amount of silliness. But I like Duke's name, Duke Firebird. It's like one of my favorite cars. He's a Duke.
It is an excellent name, if we're being honest here.
It really is.
Oh, I'm gonna go up now. I'm thinking Old Man will probably give us the information before Duke does, so we'll know which of these is the right place to be going in just a second here.
Oh, that poor Jelly. Man, it's falling and sleeping with the fishes.
Professor Renderer is gonna give us some rage slashes, I think, in about 5 seconds here, so we'll goodbye those, and hi, Hammer!
Come on,
Just-
do it for us. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
All right, and big chest is...
Ooh. Okay. So yeah, we got it.
So, that at 1 hour and 21 minutes and 30 some seconds there, that would be Old Man Sunshine, the first of our runners on the restream in Go mode. Yeah, and all 3 of the other runners have completed Tower of Hera already. So, Herapot. There's the downside to doing Herapot, everybody.
Here, remember what we said earlier about sequence breaking? That's technically a sequence break.
Yeah, yes, you go faster, but you're always leaving one thing behind. And again, as you can see from the title screen up at the top of the screen here, this is beatable mode, and beatable mode hates it when you sequence break.
All right, chat. I need you to stop being so kind, okay? We don't need that kind of attitude here in the randomizer community. Thank you very much. Although Bombos on Helma would be hilarious. Ah, dang it.
Nope.
Oh, that would have been perfect.
And it looks like Koi is also making the decision that, yes, it's on Helmasaur. It's definitely not in that chest that I left in Tower of Hera. That would be silly.
Definitely.
The amount of times that I've done that, it's not there. That would be a terrible place for that. I'm just going to skip that. Ah, crap. Alright, Duke's going to make his way up the mountain there. I think he's learned the bad news that I have last location to this chest, and so this must be where it is, or I have made terrible, terrible mistakes.
I have become error.
Or there is some question here about whether Duke has gone to Tower of Hera yet, and I suppose he has not. So on Duke's side, never mind. Well done, sir.
Yes. Now he has done the Smith chain, so we know he has the bolt coin, but not that he really needs it. But yeah, let's see if he also does the Herapot.
This could still go badly.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out in about 10 seconds.
Get his way over. And good on Duke here.
Yep, we dodged a bullet, folks. We're good.
That makes for an interesting question to ask him here in a minute is why did you finish Helmasaur before you came to Tower of Hera?
For raisins.
Often
Oh.
things.
Okay, well that plays out. One of our wonderful people in chat here is stating that Duke does not actually know how to do the Herapot, so that saved it. Perfect.
This is why you don't learn glitches. They're not necessary except for when they are.
Don't do glitches, kids.
And to be honest, Roach would know because if I remember right, he is in the ALTTPR league. He's on the team with Duke Firebird, if I remember right. So.
Okay, so Roach is the one that knows the glitches. So Duke can do all the normal stuff. Got it.
Right, and Old Man Sunshine is going to have probably a pretty fun little old stair fight coming up with that good old butter sword. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And a spin slash and corner. Do it. Come on.
2, 3.
Yeah. Just beautiful.
That is how you beat Cold Stare in almost no time whatsoever. So now if I'm counting, that's 1 crystal, 2 crystals, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 crystals there. Do we have a bot for this on the dailies? I don't think we do.
Nah,
Do we?
sadly not, but we still can keep track of it. I like counting, so everyone, as you can see already, we are putting numbers into the chat. Take a guess between 1 and 22. And we're going to see where that GT Big Key will be. No rewards, unfortunately, other than bragging rights and being able to hoard it over your peers.
Is there anything better?
Of course not.
Old man's gonna take a quick break there, pick up a blue potion. What number you got there, Mr. Scruff?
I always like going with 13. That's my lucky number.
Shall go 14. I have no reason, really.
That's a good number. It's not quite middle ground, but it works.
And Duke Firebird has now hit go mode as well and is on his way over to Ice Palace to finish up his 7th crystal. Koi, on the other hand, is looking desperately through Swamp to try to figure out where his thing is. Professor Renderer is about to follow him as well. More seconds there if you're looking to get your to get some numbers into chat, because it looks like Old Man decided to go the mirror route to get to the Turtle Rock portal over here.
Another thing that we shall tease him about when we get him into the commentary booth.
You go the long way, sir.
So which path do you take to go to Albuquerque?
If Bugs Bunny taught me anything, every road leads to Albuquerque.
Combination of Bugs Bunny and Weird Al Yankovic have taught me many, many things, including geography.
Many jokes there.
You know, you're getting old when the stuff that you think is silly and fresh is over 2 decades in age.
Yeah. That is a thing there. So putting through a little stop there for the game. Didn't mean anything. We're gonna count from Old Man Sunshine up here.
It looks like he's going the Hope route. Numero uno's money. Number 2 is compass. So, ain't gonna continue right, but that's okay. Looking up at number 3, which is Bob's chest. What is it? It's a map!
Oh, that's dungeon items up front.
Right? That's a fireproof map
That's...
too, man. Pretty good map.
I'm trying now you got me thinking, what are they making that thing out of?
I want paper like that. That's pretty good.
That'll be all right. So that's 4, 5, small key. 6, small key. 7 is
nice.
your big key today.
Alright, and let's scroll on up. Who was the first one to guess number 7? It was Seriously Gaming. Congratulations for guessing correctly. You have won yourself the love and admiration of all your peers today in the Speed Gaming 5 channel. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back.
The prize got really good all of a sudden.
I mean, who needs to be reminded that we can have all the free seeds we want over at linktothepastrandom.com or ALTTPR.com. Available and open to the public at any time of day.
At this point, hopefully everybody realizes that, and if you need any information about learning how to play this game or anything like that, please go ahead and join the Discord here. Duke Firebird picked up his 7th crystal while I was talking there, but yeah, seriously, this game is a ton of fun to play. There's leagues, there's tournaments, there's all sorts of great things, and it doesn't take as much of a learning curve as you think, and we're always welcome to having new people join in. Like, you can get yourself on the restream, you can do all sorts of things. It's a great time if you're willing to, join up with the rest of us crazy people.
Heck yeah. I mean, they put me in the commentary booth. That tells you right off the bat how open they are.
All right, we got a gauntlet over here from Old Man Sunshine. It's one of these darn horsey guys just decided to go for a walk in the worst possible spot there. This is one place where I very much love the bees. Let the bee go in the gauntlet, and the bee will track down the guys for you, and you won't have to sit there and do it yourself.
Good old-fashioned bees. Free labor. Ooh, really nice Lambo fight there. 3 shots with the silver arrows and bam, they're done. And of course the wizard. I love having the Canis Maria for that area. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it's one of the downsides if you do entrance or something like that. You don't get the Canis Maria for that room. It just feels so bad.
It does. Especially if you have to do it with, like, other modes where you really don't have a decent chance of getting that cane. Come up here with arrows. It's like, ew.
Yeah, no, for those of you who are just now tuning in, if you're looking at the top of the screen, you see 2 people in Ganon's Tower, and if you're looking at the bottom of the screen, you see 2 people who are not. The problem with the 2 people on the bottom of the screen comes from doing the Herapod glitch and skipping the big chest in the Tower of Hera. Usually that doesn't bite you. Today, it very, very, very much bit you, because that's where your fire rod was, and that is the one thing that they are missing. So that's why they are full clearing the rest of the game at the moment.
And chat does make a good point. This has actually been a very, very kind beatable seed, seeing as how the only things we're missing at this point are the Swagnet and the Bombos medallion. Seeing as how beatable is literally just akin to that, the game will only give you items that it deems necessary for you to win the game. And seeing as how it's been kind enough to give us everything except for Bombos and the net, I figure it maybe wants to take it a little easy on us.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy for a beatable seed. I've never actually seen a beatable seed where, hey, congratulations, you get gold sword and you get silvers. Because, I mean, do that, but man, that's way too much usually.
Oh yeah, the fact that we found silvers and butter so early was just kind of a testament to how nice the seed was going to be, just for, like, beating boss purposes. But that dang fire source, man, oof.
Alright, we're up to our Agate 2 fight here, and it looked like that started off with a triple before going to a kind of a miss there. It got a single off of that one.
Yeah, heal up, buddy, you're gonna need that.
Plays it safe there by picks that up here. He's still on green mail, actually, because he did not go through Super Bunny Cave and pick up the blue mail.
There you go. Another wonderful session of agonometry.
And we're going to move into our Ganon fight here in just a second. Gold Sword's going to be 6 slashes in his first phase, 6 slashes in his second phase, followed by another 4 where Ganon jumps around and gets really angry, and then a couple of silver arrows to Ganon's face.
My minions all failed to guard the items. Why am I surrounded by such incompetent fools? I completely feel you, Ganon. I really do.
Seeing there, that green mail hurts when you get hit.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, this is why you want to go ahead and use cape strats. Just buckle down and use cape strats. Looks like he's got this though.
He's got the hard part over with here. Now we say hard in air quotes there because things can still go wrong on this fight. They've done all of the runners on stream have done this many times, but still it happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah, I cannot tell you how heartbreaking it is to get to the last hit on Ganon, fire that arrow, and then immediately get hit with a bat and thrown backwards.
Needs to hurry up here. He made it. Okay, he made it through.
Whew.
He's going for torch glitch on old man's side. Got the torch glitch. One sword slash stuns Ganon. And then a silver arrow to his face. Got to repeat that 2 more times and he'll be good to go.
And here we come. One last shot. Wabushki! And the big pig is down. Let's slap them GGs in chat for Old Man Sunshine. Just gotta wait until he crosses this treacherous bridge to make sure he doesn't fall off into oblivion. Can he make it? Whoosh, he does! And he finishes first on the restream with an official SRL time of 1:37:45, finishing 5th place overall, with the other off-screen racers being Frostbite 3030, first place with 1:26:38, Shiva Hayes 87 in second place with 1:27:52, Rufio third place with a time of 1:29:17, and then Guitar Girl TS9 finishing 4th with a time of 1:37:40. So congrats to all of our racers.
And unfortunately, unfortunately on Koi's side there, he picked up his fire rod and then decided, you know what, I think I'm done for the day there. So he's put in a forfeit as well. So if you would, go ahead and get your GGs in there for Koi as well.
Oh, definitely. That was a remarkable race, I would have to say, and truth be told, I would be in the same situation.
Oh dear. Something bad just happened. See where Duke is currently?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And where was Duke a second ago?
Yeah. That's not good. Old man, care to comment on that?
No! I just saw that.
Welcome to the booth, Old Man
Oh
Sunshine.
no, that was
GGs.
terrible to see. And he was right down behind me, right behind me.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Professor Renderer just found his fire rod there in the big key chest there. But yeah, so old man there, how'd you feel about that seed?
I thought I was behind for a while there. But when I got the flippers, though, I felt like I could race ahead. Although that fire rod hunt was something.
Speaking of, Koi, how was that fire rod hunt?
Oh, that had nothing to do with what happened in the seat, though.
Man.
I forgot I needed the fire rod. That's what went wrong.
We were gonna ask you about that. We saw you go mode swamp, and we were like, wait, does he have bombas? Did we not see that?
Yeah, no, I just like when I was when I found the hammer, I was looking at like, oh my god, am I in go mode? Oh yeah, I totally am. I'm totally in go mode. I wasn't in go mode at all. not even like a little bit. Which really sucks because
that was kind of a...
Like, if I had been full clearing dungeons up to that point, I wouldn't have skipped the fire rod and Hera, you know?
Yeah.
Because Like I would have just full cleared Hera for the sake of full clearing Hera, just so I don't have to go anywhere else. But in that situation where I'm in Hera, but I haven't done Swamp or like 90% of Swamp, like yeah, I'm gonna Hera pot. Of course I am.
In 90 times out of 100, that trick never hurts you. But like for you and for Professor Renderer, it hurt bad. Now Professor Renderer actually had even a worse time with that than you did, because he had actually gone down to the basement and had the mirror out and was ready to go, and accidentally hit mirror before he opened the chest. Yeah. But
and then me not knowing Hera pot just went straight through Hera and found the fire rod by dumb luck.
That's the best type of luck.
Exactly.
I feel like if I hadn't just forgot about the fire rod completely, I would have, full cleared desert, full cleared mire. I almost definitely would have full cleared swamp. I probably wouldn't skip left side, which, most likely would not get me like a first place finish or something, but I'd still feel like a good time. And then I'd go to Hera and do Hera pot, then check Dark Death Mountain, and then on my way back, I would finish out Hera just to make sure it's not there before doing Spike Gate. So, like, I probably wouldn't have gotten first place or anything had I not made this one mistake, but I would have finished like 30 minutes ago at least, or 20 minutes ago, whatever it is.
Yeah, that was actually some really good routing that we were seeing. It was, as far as like who had the lead for the most part, it really was just jumbling back and forth. Like at one point, Professor, he was the first one to pop over since everyone else went to pod. He skipped it. He went over and got his Titan's mitts right off the bat. But
as soon as I finished pot, I was like, oh, I'm so far behind now.
Thankfully not for everyone else. He accidentally orphaned the purple chest.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that was kind of a last location to another last location.
That's why I get so paranoid with chests.
I don't think you can feel too bad about doing pod after Aga. Like, I think in that situation, pod is the play. Like, it's the highest % chance of getting your progression because you have like bow and lamp and everything. So you got to think most people do pod coming out of Aga.
That's a fair point.
With it being the daily race, though, I feel like skipping pod is a lot more because it's a daily race kind of play, like trying to just shave off those. Yeah. You can sneak in that first place finish. But it's like it's not like the wrong play to skip pod, but it's the wrong play to skip pod. You shouldn't do that.
Oh yeah.
It was a good play, just the wrong play.
That should be Rando's creed.
Pretty much.
Works until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. It's like skipping a chest. It doesn't have anything until you skip it.
Alright, and Duke gets his, to go back here, sorry to pull back off the conversation here, but Duke has just taken down Agatu, and he is on his way to Ganon, where Professor Render is making his way into Misery Mire as well. So we should have, all of our runners should be finished here within a pretty fast time.
One thing I just noticed too, both of our top runners are on green mail, where both of our bottom runners got red mail.
Where the hell were they?
Well, you just full clear the game, and then you can get all the mails you need.
Exactly.
That's the easy way. The other way is we did say that we were going to tease you about this, old man. That why'd you go the slow way up Death Mountain there at the end?
Right?
It wasn't
This
the
guy,
slow way.
Oh man, he climbed the mountain, mirrored, decided to run across the bridge, use the hammer, like a fool. Gosh.
There wasn't another. You go the other way, I bet you it's not much faster.
Nah, it's like maybe a few seconds.
The hook shot way is significantly faster.
Oh, okay.
It's quite a bit faster. And what would have been fun for you is that in Super Bunny there was the blue mail.
Uh-huh.
Well,
that's kind of the reason we're teasing you right now.
I still wouldn't have checked it on the way up, though.
Going up through Super Bunny or going up through Paradox and entering the portal, those are really close. Depending on whether or not you open TR. But going up the Mirror Way is a lot slower.
Oh yeah, actually, I wouldn't have done that anyway. So yeah, I wasn't sure about the timing between the two routes, so I just picked one.
I think Koi can back me up on this here, but I think like the idea is, if you go through the Turtle Rock portal through Paradox Cave, it's technically faster, but you also have to avoid getting any sort of bad dead rock block, because any sort of bad dead rock block immediately makes it slower.
That would make sense.
Because it's almost identical otherwise. And
I think
GG
it's like
to Duke Firebird there.
Like, assuming dead rocks didn't exist, then Paradox is faster if you have already activated the TR portal. Otherwise, they're like really even.
I really should check those times out and find out which is faster. I figured with boots it was more or less 50-50, but I'm likely wrong.
Shaved off a lot if you did like the stair climb. The
right.
Where you have super speed and hold your sword out.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. All right, good. Okay, so Professor Renderer just popped a potion there to get through a vitreous fight there. Takes down a few, dodges some lightning, and go ahead, pops 2 more arrows in, and we're now joined in the booth by Duke Firebird there. So GG Duke.
Before you guys get started on Duke's interview, I got a jet. GG Duke. Sorry.
No, GG's, man.
GG,
Coy, what happened?
Oh, I forgot that you need a fire source to do Ice Palace.
Oh no!
So I go moded absolutely everything, and then I get to Ice Palace, and it's, wait a minute.
Oh no.
His planet needs him.
All right, be sure to turn off my my stream though, guys.
But we
Unless you
like
really
seeing
wanna
your
see
after
my
stream
face.
stuff.
The salt
Everybody
run.
pay attention to his wonderful looking face. He's a beauty. And
Alright,
be sure to
bye.
follow him.
Bye,
He's cool.
guys.
Bye. Duke, I saw that death. No.
Yeah, it was chanting, and I knew I had the blue potion, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this for after Aga.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't expect that type of pattern for the first shot. So I was
I
like,
had to
"Ugh."
pop one too, actually. And I did pop it. You were like right behind me too. I saw that death and went, no!
Oof.
Drink it if you got it there for sure. So Duke, got a quick question for you right now. So how happy are you that you don't know Harapot?
Very, but at the same time, while Harapot's a good thing, there's that very huge inherent risk of like leaving behind an item. Granted, I did orphan off a few items in other dungeons as well this seed, but that one's kind of a big major one.
It's kind of interesting that you orphaned the big key chest in Eastern Palace, and I don't think you ever went back for that.
No, I was debating it. So my thought process was at the initial start, I'm like, all right, if I'm going to gamble, and I'm just going to put the foot on the accelerator, and I'm not going to turn around. So I was like, all right, Armos didn't have it, orphaned an item, so if I have to go back and search, I will, but...
Well, it paid off. It was the single arrow.
Aw, unique item? Darn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing
Yes, one time we
hens
almost
weren't
went
gone. Yeah,
Oh,
had to see
no,
that, I
it would
would
have
just
been
went,
funny.
oh, great. Do I go there now or no?
Oh, we can see Koi now.
Hey, looks like he's
Hi,
in a bad
Koi.
scene. Nice.
Also, professors in GT. Yay.
Yay.
Man, this GT item placement was just so kind. Whether you
I
decided
know,
to go the
right?
Hope route or the Dark Magician strats, it paid off.
What was in Hope Room?
Nothing.
I didn't get any mail either, by the way, so you weren't alone on that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, was there armor?
Yeah, there was one in Super Bunny.
Oh, I didn't even... Oh, man, I should have opened those chests, because that's the route I took up through GT, because I didn't want to go through Turtle Rock. Well, dang it! Oh, well.
Yeah, I went the other way, and I still wouldn't have opened those chests, even if I had gone that way.
Now, as far as the seed type itself goes, do you guys play very much beatable, or do you guys just typically stick with inventory?
I sometimes play beatable. I wasn't sure whether it would make it a more challenging seed or not, because sometimes in playoffs, in tournaments, we get really nasty seeds. I'm wondering how the hell you generate those. So, but the beatables I've played so far haven't really been much of an issue.
I remember the first beatable seed I rolled. First hit, one of the hit tiles. The boots require the boots, and I'm like, yay! Actually, no, it wasn't. It wasn't the fact that we saw the hit tile. We found the hit tile later, but I did a lumberjack check, and I'm like, well, not getting those.
Yeah, I saw them on the island. I went, okay, how can I get those? I was plotting fake flippering in the dark world and then mirroring over, but then I found the flippers and went, never mind.
I gotta figure out where you would do that. I'm gonna guess
I
there's
actually
a weird
don't
spot
know.
to do it. Probably a water
I
walk
thought
or
it in
something.
my head, but I wasn't sure if there was a way to do it. So
Yeah, one of the bonus things about not knowing too many glitches, it's like, well, I'm not gonna bother. Like, I'll do fake flipper, item dash, I'll do all that, bomb jump, but it's like, start getting me into Ancilla and all that. It's like, no.
I don't know how to Harapot either, so we both got lucky on that one.
Surrender is making his way up through the gauntlet right now, having to track down his little horsey friends right there. Yeah, both of you guys' gauntlets seem to go pretty decently there. You guys feeling pretty good about your overall execution and such?
You want to go first, Duke? Or I can go first. I thought I was pretty good. I got to Aga 1 before 30 minutes, which is usually what I try to do because I had isolated locations left. After that, I felt like I floundered a bit, but I think finding the flippers helped me feel like I was back in the game. So it wasn't too bad after all, overall.
And we got a Landmo 2 fight over there down for Professor as he's just deciding, you know what, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to hit you with the gold sword because I'm angry.
Yep.
That's the best way to do it, honestly.
Funnily, I went into that fight thinking I had tempered for some reason, so I went for the silvers. Sometimes it's just too much information, just like what happened with Koi with missing the fire rod.
That was unfortunate because we could see him go moding Swamp Palace, and it was just going like, wait, did he miss something? And for the longest time, he never checked his menu. So we're sitting there trying to figure out like if we missed something or he missed something. And sure enough, he flutes over to Ice Palace and picks up the rock, and then goes back to his menu and just sits there for a second. and all of us were just kind of just sitting here going like, yeah, that's not what you wanted to do.
1,000-yard stare. Wait a second.
Time to scramble there.
Kind of contemplating new ways to light enemies on fire.
I can do the thing I've done before is where I go about halfway into ice and go, oh wait, I need a hammer, don't I? I hate it when I do that.
That one's a fun one right there, yeah. For sure. Professor Render is making his way over to Moldorm 2, it looks like. They're missing his first bomb toss, missing his second bomb toss, losing his third bomb, going for his fourth bomb, and getting it.
And missing.
Oh.
I
had only 4 bombs here. I was worried I would start missing it.
That's a silly little bomb door with the conveyor. Ugh, God,
yes.
I hate that thing. It's like, I know I'm standing in the right spot. How come the bomb's just lodging itself in the wall?
Yes. Oh my God, I hate when that happens.
Give me like a couple pixels up.
No, you move 2 pixels up, then the blast doesn't even reach the wall. So it's like, what the heck?
Okay, 1.5 pixels then.
Exactly.
My favorite is when it glitches, when it actually explodes. So you hear the ding, you just don't see the animation, and then you're like, "Wait, what
Oh
do I
yeah,
do?"
I've had that.
Until you actually walk through it, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Oh yeah,
It
getting
blows
out
when
of
you
the
don't see
same
the
frame.
hole.
The same frame is, yeah, the same frame where the switches go off in the.
Yep.
It's like a mini despawn.
Yeah, I did that once, and I
That's
was
the
like,
best.
"What the heck happened here?" Then I walked through, and I'm like, "Okay."
Same thing.
He's actually been dead this entire time.
Hey, I'll say that. Hey, I'll say this. I also like a good thing that I don't know how to hover.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, and actually, in the fact that I opened that chest, it's like, oh, hey, that made life just a tiny bit easier.
Definitely. That was kind of nice when you just walked back through Moldorm 2 the second time. And you're just like, "Hi, Moldorm." Bye, Moldorm. He just walked right by him, and he's like, "Well, aren't we supposed
Just
to
passing
fight?"
through.
I
Just
thought
passing
it was
through.
special.
I killed you once. I'm letting you live this time.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Exactly.
All right, and looks like Professor Render has made his way finally to Ganon here, and is gonna be taking on his pig there. Same thing applies for every other runner. Even though this was a beatable seed, we still got every single sword and silver arrows, because why not?
Wait, we didn't get Swagnet. All right, boys.
Everybody, we need to restart
Fire back
the
up.
seed.
Let's do it.
Yeah, no, this is wrong.
Okay, hold on.
I got this.
No. You know something? No, it's at the dig. Wait, did it show it was at the dig spot?
Yeah, it
I
was
didn't
big
catch
20.
that part of the credit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. The only thing that we actually had access to, since everyone go moded ice, there'd be the items in Ice Palace, and well, no, because you needed bombos to open up Turtle Rock. So if you found bombos, then you could find a Swagnet.
Anyone check Ether Tablet?
Mhm.
Bombos and GT to Turtle Rock to other craziness.
Ah,
Even with
yes.
bombs, I
That's my
think.
story.
Never had
time.
that.
Yeah, we had bombos as flippers, and then Ether was chopsticks.
A double there from Professor Renderer. He's on to the next one. Got a third hit on Ganon. He's coming for his last. Picks it off, and there, get your GGs in chat there for Professor
There we
Renderer
go.
taking down Ganon. So we're gonna have this right there, and I'll get you his time in just a second. He has things to say, finishing with an SRL time of 158.45 in 15th place
Whoop whoop.
in a minute, and probably has angry words for this seed. So
Lots of entertaining
we'll
words.
see what happens here.
Get your popcorn.
And I'd buy that for a rupee as the Triforce is spinning around and then coming back down to the thing. And Duke, are you really thinking about going to find that bug net for us?
And welcome, Professor Renderer. GG's.
GG.
So about that fire rod.
That honestly was the worst play I made in my entire life. I didn't mean to mirror like that because I was going to clear Hera, right? And I accidentally pressed my mirror button. I'm like, oh, great. Now I gotta find it somewhere else. Hoping it was being impended, not impended pod. I was hoping to be in just swamp just to get it out of the way. That didn't work out, and then I'm just like, where now? It clearly wouldn't, because that's like the worst possible play to make. And I'm like, let's just go to Hera just to get it out of the way. And then I see the fire rod. I'm like, bruh. But I will admit though, the early game, awesome. I got the Titan Smiths really early. I felt really good about that. I was trying to get LSD blind, but it didn't work. But I did provide. Hopefully, I provided some nice comedy in some of the stuff I did.
Oh yeah, the ped debate was fun.
I was planning that the entire time, and I'm like, I want to debate the chat in the ped, and then just literally go check it up, and then once I saw, I was like, yo, this is Couch Cash, burst into laughter, just straight up burst into laughter.
Beautifully timed.
I gotta ask you one little question though. When you were running around there in the early game, there you took Jeremiah with you for a walk for a while. Was there any reason you did that, or was it just for laughs? Because that ended up putting off your flute for a long time.
I had intentions to doing it. The reason why I did it was to get the boots from off of like Highly Island, because I was hoping that Desert Palace was boots locked. I was hoping if it's Desert Palace was boots locked, cool. I can get it out of the way now. If it wasn't, hey, I got speed, so might as well just go fast anyway. So that really kind of ended up, and I'm like thinking to myself, this is going to be a really long tour, and I know this. And then the flute, I've left it. I don't know why I thought to just leave Purple Chest alone. I just was looking for other places to look.
It's just one location.
Yeah, and I'm like,
location.
Yeah, it is. And I'm just thinking,
It's one of those things. Now, this isn't going to bite you. No, this won't bite you. Of course, this won't bite you. It might have bit you.
And that's why I'm so paranoid and open every damn chest.
But I just think it's overall I think it wasn't terrible. It got me for a loop, and I was hoping it wouldn't be in Spike Cave. I was hoping because Hammer was pretty late anyway. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, it wasn't okay. I've played alright. Hey, at least I sub-2'd. That's the big thing. I sub-2'd.
Heck yeah.
That's a nice thing, isn't it?
And I can also finally say that I beat a seed on restream. So that's something, because typically I forfeit, but now I finally beat a seed on restream. So take that.
No, that's good. Just next time, don't isolate Purple Chest. No problem.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think about to do it. I just did Sniff Chain, and just didn't think to do it in the Purple Chest.
And I'm sure it'll always have progression for you.
Yeah, because my whole point was because I wanted to route in the Purple Chest with the Pyramid Fairy anyway, because I completely forgot, oh wait, I don't have access to Pyramid Fairy yet. I might want to do it once I have Purple Chest and do that just to get out of the way.
Yeah, it felt like the seed opened up kind of quickly, and suddenly everything was open, and I had one item to find.
Yeah, that was the thing, though, because with this seed, like near the very end of the game, there was like many options for you. You could either get the flute and go to Mire. You could either get the fire rod and go to Ice Palace, or get the hammer and pretty much go to Swamp. That was the tricky thing. You had to like pick and choose. Like you had to like think like, what could have been that progression? And it just happened to be the flute. And then purple, and then that, and then of course I made the mistake of mirroring as soon as in front of the chest, and I had the fire rod, and then I'm just like, oh my.
I'd also like to commend Duke Firebird for going through and finding us a swagnet, but also like to bash him for not using the hook shot to go across the way.
Where was that? Where was that?
We don't know yet.
He's still searching.
I clipped into TR.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah, because probably it's gonna be was somewhere like on Bombos, because it was left behind Bombos, because there was no other way that Bombos could have been there anyway. Let me just start putting in some valuable information. So for my little pleasantries, I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop out. Good game, y'all. Appreciate everybody working on the stream.
Oh, yeah, GG's.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
No problem. Yeah, thank you for putting me on restream. I fleeced now. I hope I provided some nice comedy for you chat.
Oh yeah, everyone was entertained.
Sounds like you did. So
I had a good time. I like messing with chat sometimes.
Hey, at least you didn't die to Aga too.
I mean, at least that one, I at least played it safe. I had like plenty of hearts to go in there. I have 14 hearts.
Oh, I went in with half a heart, and I was like, okay, I'll just use my blue potion after the fight so I can do Ganon, and then it's like, nope.
I had to burn my potion just like because I was running low on I was running low on what was it? I was running low on magic on torches too. That's what it was. But yeah, thanks Speed Gaming for providing this comment this excellent duo, Scruff and Dazed, and then everyone else out there in the world. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans. Take care.
Anytime, man. Thanks for Rain.
Nope.
Thanks
No
for
problem. No problem.
thanks for showing out for us.
No problem. I gotta get something to eat now. I've been starving the entire time.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy.
Well, all right with that, I guess. I guess it's time to wrap up this this stream here. Well, my name is Dazed Cloud, and I'm gonna give you, Mr. Scruff, Ninja Tuna, a last word here. So everybody, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you later.
Flibbity bibbity. Bye, everybody.
Good night.